What's going on, everybody, man? Dallas Cowboy fans, Dallas Cowboy haters, all alike. We're going to get in and have this special edition of Straight No Chaser / Hoop Jargon Media Network talking. We're going to talk about these Cowboys, man. Y'all let me know, hit a one in the chat if you can hear me clearly. So usually I do this through YouTube, but I'm doing it through StreamYard via my phone. So let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat, because I want to make myself clear. Shout out to my guy Flight Sports TV in the building. Good to see you, bro. Let me know if you can see it. And I'm gonna drop the link early too. So if you want to come up here and talk about the Cowboys, you got the avenue to do so. This shit right here is crazy. This is crazy. This is madness. All right, so I dropped the link there. If y'all want to hop on and share your opinions early, I don't mind this being an open panel discussion. You know, I don't open the panel up like that. But today, to this day, if y'all want to hop on, then that's cool. Let's see. Hold on. My damn StreamYard is acting crazy. Let's see. Let's go to layout. My StreamYard is acting crazy. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see if I can fix this. All right, here we go. We're 7 deep. Thank y'all for tuning in. 8 deep. All right, so the Dallas Cowboys lose yet again. They overrated. Well, I guess. I think the Cowboys did about what I expected to be if things didn't go so perfectly. And so let's talk about it, man. And I mean, yeah, man, listen, I ain't here to, this is my team. I ain't going to cape for my team. I'm going to just call it what it is because I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm sick of this shit. Dakota looks shook. You know what? I didn't see shook in his face. I just see indecision. Dak Prescott, man, I don't know what happened to him in this past year. This dude has been late on so many throws, man. And the throws that get him in trouble are the timing routes and the comeback routes. Those get him in trouble, man. And today, it just was lack of timing with Michael Gallup when he had the comeback route and got intercepted. And then the other one to CeeDee Lamb, it was a late throw. And peep this, when we got the pass interference for our favor, Dak underthrew CeeDee Lamb. He went back and got it, man. So it's almost like, you know, listen, man, I got Dak Prescott jersey on right now. I'm a big Dak supporter. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and lie on this man. I'm not going to sit here and act like this dude don't need to improve. And I'm about sick of his ass, man, because this has been a trend the entire year. This has been a trend the entire year, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Dak does. Dak, I don't know what it is. I mean, because you never know what's going on in somebody's personal life. I don't know, but Dak has never really been a turnover guy. Not for interceptions. Maybe he'll drop some fumbles. But Dak, generally speaking, has never been a big turnover guy. And today, it's just, it's more of what we've already been seeing. Just crazy mismanagement of time and then untimely turnovers. This is what Dak Prescott has been. And like I was on Flight's channel the other day, I just couldn't argue with that young man on the panel. He was saying that Brock Purdy was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And I was like, no, he's not. What I'm saying is that your boy Brock Purdy is playing at a good level because the system benefits him. He has the perfect weapons for a young quarterback. And you saw it today. Brock Purdy didn't make no magic. That pass he threw to Kittle was ahead of him, and Kittle made he made a catch that you won't see again. Off your face mask, off your extended hands, and you pull it in. Now, Trayvon Diggs could have maybe broke that up if he was an aggressive tackler, but that's a whole nother story. So, I mean, Brock Purdy didn't do nothing spectacular today. He looked like a guy who just did what you asked him to do. Christian McCaffrey played his ass off. The backup running back played his ass off. Debo was kind of a no-show today. Your boy Ayuk played a hell of a game today. San Francisco has so many weapons, so it's easier for a guy like Brock Purdy to come in and just use the weapons. But I digress. Let's get some of these comments. Dak got to go. I'm not there yet. I got another year of Dak evaluation. Now, I tell you who does need to go, Zeke Elliott. And I said this at the beginning of the year. Zeke Elliott's done. He's done. Zeke needs to go. Now, Zeke may have a serviceable after career somewhere else as the proverbial Jerome Bettis kind of guy, Christian Okoye, battering ram kind of guy. But as far as being a feature back, that's it. And speaking of that subject, we saw when Tony Pollard went down, the Cowboys were done, man. Because our home run hitter on offense was gone. That's it. So a lot of people, listen, man, I'm not trying to make no excuses. And most people won't take this in until weeks down the line, and I'm okay with that. But Tony Pollard going down pretty much, it told our story. And not only that, us going, our clock management and play management at the end of the first half, that sealed our fate. When Dak Prescott threw that interception, my whole thing is, why the hell are we throwing on 2nd and 2 in the red zone or right outside the red zone? That should have been run. Worst case scenario, kick a field goal. And it's kind of like what we've been going through already, getting too cute when it's time to be conservative, man, when it's time to just do what we do best. That was such a blown opportunity because at worst, we should have got 3 points out of a field goal, going to halftime of 3 points, and with the ball coming back. Instead, San Francisco, they go back and get a field goal, and they got the ball. Those kind of things is what we do as Cowboys, man. Lord have mercy, man. And listen, I know a lot of people are going to say Mike McCarthy went 12-5 last 2 years. Why would you fire him? I fired Mike McCarthy because of situations like that. This dude has shown a propensity to mismanage the clock. He mismanages opportunity because I don't know if he wants to be aggressive, then he wants to be conservative. And it's almost like, dog, flip what you're doing. Do the exact freaking opposite. Now, one thing, let me say this, and this may be more of a testament to Kellen Moore. I did like the action that we gave CeeDee Lamb today. We gave CeeDee Lamb a lot of short stuff and let him kind of create, because 49ers have a great defense. So I did like how we implemented CeeDee Lamb today. Michael Gallup was pretty much a no-show today, but I mean, San Fran, they did their thing of stymieing our offense. So Michael Gallup was a non-factor today. Now this is where, like, again, going back to the conversation piece a few weeks ago. Now I'll say this too: Dak missed your boy T.Y. Hilton with a wide open pass. He forced it to I think he forced it to CD. Now he was under duress, so it is what it is. I don't give quarterbacks a lot of flack if you make a bad decision under duress, because you obviously don't have the time and the focus to deliver the ball like you want to. But there was a missed opportunity there. Defense did their thing, man. They held the 49ers to 19 points. They gave up. Now the fourth quarter, we couldn't stop a nosebleed, so there's that. But I mean, all things considered, with that Tavon Diggs dropped the interception, that come on, bro, you he hit you right in the hands, man. He didn't secure it. But other than those little faux pas, man, our defense showed up and showed out, man. I can't get mad at defense to give up 19 points in a divisional playoff round against a team that beat the dog shit out of us last year. Excuse me. So we had pressure early and often. We made Brock Purdy look a little more human. But again, I mean, he made the plays we need to make the plays. So I'm not taking that away from that man. But I'm not gonna be that guy saying that Brock Purdy was the progenitor of that offense, because no, I'm sorry. That defense and those weapons, he looks like goddamn Russell Wilson back in the young days. Just saying. Let's see, Dak is yeah, he is, man, and it's frustrating. And again, I mean, listen, I'm not here to be caping for Dak. I'm not here to make excuses for that man. Because I know what he can be. When he's playing at his highest level, what he can be. But at the last, 8 some odd games, man, well, besides last week, man, Dak been stinking, bro. Dak been stinking, man. Pollard going out was pretty much a ball game. Yeah. I agree with that. Andrew laughing at. I mean, it is what it is. I'm really not frustrated. I think we overachieved this year, to be perfectly honest. Because after Dak got hurt on the front end, I thought this season was done. So I'm okay with us going this far. I'm, I'm okay with it. Not a big deal. Say fly Eagles, fly. The Eagles looking good. Told you, Jordan, Vegas not gonna allow that team with 85%. Well, I mean, it sounds good on Monday morning. Shout out to me, Mike. It sounds good on Monday morning, being right. Cool Kamasi, good to see you, Cool. As real in the building. Zeke kept you guys in the game. You gotta admit that. I mean, kind of sort of. I mean, Zeke didn't have a great game. Zeke has been what he's been like this whole last 2 years, a complimentary piece. Because Zeke dropped a screen pass that was very catchable. Now, did Dak throw the best? Did he throw a dime? No, he did not. But Zeke dropped a catchable screen pass that could have kept the drive going in the third quarter. So, I mean, Zeke is giving us what Zeke is, man. As Ray also says, what's irritating about Dak, he never kept it simple. Why didn't he go for Dalton Schultz to get T.Y. Hilton more screens? He kept forcing that ball at CD. Well, I don't know if that's more of Dak or if that's more of Kellen Moore. I can't call it. But no, to your point, it was very frustrating to watch nonetheless. Very frustrating to watch. Very frustrating to watch. Because it's like you're trying to make Dak do too much. And I'm okay with Dak not being a top 10 quarterback, just being a guy who just does what you need him to do. I'm totally good with that. And for some reason, we keep fighting that. Let's see. Vail, shout out to Vail. Good to see you, Vail. What up, everybody? Good to see you. Azrael says, Purdue. Purdy. I think he meant Purdy. The ball better under duress than Dak. No poise. I didn't see great poise from Purdy. I think he did an adequate job today. He did an adequate job with a team that's very talented around him. That's it. He did a Nick Foles. Now, well, Nick Foles was going down like deep, something that Carson Wentz wasn't doing. So I'm not gonna play him like he didn't play well, but he didn't knock my socks off. If we've been honest, the game was scripted. I told you this morning, people were slamming the Cowboys casino. Cowboys would have won. Well, so my only question to that, Mike, is I'm sure that hype train was heavy in the early to mid '90s. So I'm sure Vegas would have had something to say about that too. And when the Cowboys won 3 championships in 4 years, I'm sure everybody's betting heavy Cowboys too. So that's my only contention back to that type of ideology, as it were. So unlike Dak, Purdy isn't gonna hurt you with mistakes. Yeah. Hey, well, listen though. Purdy was a miscue, which I think Gallimore tipped at the line that Trayvon Diggs dropped the interception. So he was almost an excuse. I mean, he was almost a mistake away from killing his team too. So it's like it's hard to really gauge where you want to place that blame at. It's almost like if it goes good, it goes good. If it don't, it don't. Yeah, man, good to see you, Dale. Good to see you, Penrose. Told Miss Moore and the Bengals. And I mean, Mike, that shit sound good till it don't. Because what I noticed with these, they kind of after the fact-ish because when they don't follow through. Because I know about what you're saying. It's gematria goes into that as well. So I'm very aware about how gematria works. But it's just funny that those gematria posts are usually Monday morning. They're never Sunday morning. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Blazers blowing Lakers out, great. Because that game we won last night, 2 nights ago, we beat the Memphis Grizzlies. The Lakers still look bad. We got a late steal from your boy Schroeder, and he got an and one, which is kind of a fan of and one, but that's cool. Westbrook is playing out of control. LeBron was doing nothing. So that was a false hope victory. So I'm glad the Lakers losing. As a Lakers fan, I don't want this team to be blown up. But on to the next. Yes, Purdy's a game manager. So I don't understand why people are saying that like he's so great. He's a game manager, and he's now. Let me say this: he's the top level. He's the top level of game manager. That's about as good as a game manager you could possibly want with Brock Purdy because he plays within himself. He's opportunistic. He's confident. He's everything you would want from a guy when you're 3 quarterbacks down. So he get no smoke from me. As Real says, I'm gonna be honest. Unless you're the Niners, you need a top 10 quarterback at least to make the conference championship today's NFL. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, the 49ers just have such a good season, man. I mean, system. They got such a great quarterback in Mike Shanahan. You got a lot of things in your favor. Kyle Shanahan, sorry. Kyle Shanahan. You got a lot of things in your favor, man. And this is what it looks like when you put the right program together. This is what it looks like. So, I mean, salute to them. Co-pilot 1911. What was that? Is that Q or is that Omega? It says Cowboys lack discipline from the top to the bottom. Only coach. Well, listen. Only thing I would say was lack of discipline was that late hit out of bounds. And we had that holding, and we had 7 turnovers to that. I'm sorry, penalties to that too, which resulted for 25 yards for them and 50 yards for us. I would say the discipline is still a problem, but this is about as good as we've been in a while. As far as not shooting ourselves in the foot or making stupid plays. But what you saying ain't wrong. What you saying ain't wrong. Let me say that. All right, let's see. Let me take my camera. I'm about to do some walking in my apartment, and then I'm going to cam back up, and I'm going to get to y'all questions. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all keep them questions rolling, man. Because, listen, I'm not one of them Cowboy fans where I'm just losing flying off the handle and losing perspective and, overzealous. Because one thing I did know, I mean, we had Super Bowl expectations, but it's actually what we had to present on the fields. Didn't quite have it. And listen, man, with Tony Pollard going down, that was a big element of what we do that was done. And then what happens was San Francisco, they knew that they could start honing in on our pass game because our run game wasn't going to get us nowhere with Zeke Elliott, beside 3-4 yards and fall down to lead back. That's what Zeke is at this point. All right, would you replace? Man, I want Sean Payton right now, tomorrow, and forever. So you saw Sean Payton was sitting there chilling in the pregame show. So if I had it my way, I want Sean Payton. Straight up. Shout out to third. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Trent Dilfer Jr. Nah, I ain't gonna go that far. Dak Prescott has had way better career than Trent Dilfer, but at the end of the day, he had some good plays today. He had some dog shit plays, and overall, it's a net negative of what he put up. And again, I'm not here today to cape for Dak Prescott. You gotta do better, Dak. This jersey I got on cost me $300 of Dak Prescott. So listen, man, I support the guy, but at the same time, Lord have fucking mercy, dog. This is the all the way authentic joint. Brought it from the Dallas Cowboys store when I was living in Dallas. So, listen, I ride for Dak, but Dak played like some horseshit today. And it is what it is. All right. Yeah, man. Go subscribe to the channel, man. I'm going to give y'all this unfiltered content. I got Philly. Man, Philly look good, man. I mean, they did play the Giants. It's going to be a different ball game against the 49ers with a better defense, but we shall see. If you want the game from a two-dimensional aspect, the Cowboys lose because of turnovers. Those 2 crucial turnovers of complexion. Me, Mike, I can tell you listen to Chronicles of Judah 144 of how you speaking, which I do too. So I get it. Man, listen, man. I understand there's a third element to a lot of stuff. I'm just, I'm going to quote you, bro, I'm going 2-dimensional on this evaluation. Because it's really hard to go 3-dimensional because you got to prove a lot of your statements. And I'm just like, listen, I'm going to just tell you what I saw today. But salute to you, though, for knowing the different aspects of evaluating sports competition. Salute to you, bro. All right, let's see. Let me turn some lights on here. It's dark as shit in here. All right. Cam back on. We got, let's see, Cool Kamasi. Oh, you talking cool. Yeah, y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Let's get some more bodies over here to experience that is hoop jargon. And thank y'all for rocking with me because I'm kind of going off script a little bit today. But my team just lost, so I got to speak about it. God damn it. I always got it. Damn Cowboys, boy. I tell you what, it's great being a Cowboy fan. All right, so I got my charger on. Let's go. All right, as Real says, look at the 49ers just ran the ball. McCaffrey mentioned the last touchdown drive. Yeah, man, the 49ers kept it what they were about, man. They power running. Well, not even power running. At the end of the game, they started going to power running, but they was deceptively running, throwing some quick outs. Yeah, they did their thing, man. Something that we almost did. Say Hoop Bayless. Man, I like Skip Bayless, so I don't think that's a deleterious comment. I actually like Skip Bayless. Let's see. Third says, third is 2-3 yards down. Zeke about 55 years old. Yeah, man. Zeke. Lord have mercy. Let Dak walk. Go get Brady. No, Tom Brady looked like shit this year too. I got the Eagles winning. Man, listen, I don't want the Eagles to win the championship. I'm gonna bring my boy Brian up, and I'm gonna bring some more guys up. Brian, what's up, man? What you got to say about this not so monumental Cowboys loss?
Yeah, so first off, shout out to the Bang Bang Niner gang. Shout out to that defense. And also shout out to the great city of San Francisco. It's good seeing a franchise legendary as that one once again. I wish my Saints was in there, but can't always get what you want. But as far as Dallas goes, man, I'm gonna let y'all know right here, right now. I'm gonna let you know the little secret. Average quarterback, not even average, but middling quarterbacks can't win without a run game. No offense to Dak Prescott at all, but he's not a gifted enough passer to me to beat somebody without a run game. And unfortunately for Ezekiel Elliott, he's regressed into a backup running back. At first, I thought personally it was the Cowboys O line. Maybe their offensive line wasn't as dominant as they've been in the past, but I'm watching the game. There were holes. Like Dallas is one of the few teams I've seen this year actually open up.
Man, I can't hear. Hold on, let me try to fix something. You hear me, Brian? Damn. Oh, you hear me, Val? So I can't hear Brian. All right, Brian. Hey, man, just keep talking. I'm gonna try to come out and come back in. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I can't hear you, Hoop.
You hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Sorry about the technical issues, but yeah, what I was trying to say is, I first most of the season I thought it was Dallas's O line, but it's clear to me that like I was trying to say, Dallas is one of the few O lines I've seen all year actually open up holes on that big, fast, physical, talented San Francisco front seven. That's the best front seven in all of football, from top to bottom, linebacker, 2D lineman. In fact, Dallas was trying to go 12 personnel and still couldn't run the ball, mainly because Tony Pollard is more of a situationally good back, and B, Dallas fans, Ezekiel Elliott has regressed into a backup running back. This isn't 2016 anymore. He's not that 1,700-yard back he was 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if it's injuries. I don't know if it's a lack of interest. Maybe it's even a combination of both. But a quarterback like Dak Prescott, he needs a run game. Dak Prescott is not, in my opinion, a talented enough passer to beat a team by himself. And against a defense like the 49ers, which do have the best defense in football, you saw them, even on a day where their offense wasn't exactly prolific, you saw them take control of the game late.
No, I agree. Listen, man, Dak. I said this earlier in the stream. All those prognostications of Dak being a potential top 10 quarterback, we can go ahead and quell all that. All that talk is done. So I won't even entertain it no more. But what I do know is it's like, again, it's a tale of two cities, man. It's like what Dak is gonna show up each and every night. I mean, this cat is in year 7 now, man. And one thing I don't do is make excuses, man. At least I try not to. I mean, at least I try not. I may fall short of my plight, but like I said, the inexcusable turnovers in the time is now. I will say this again: when CeeDee Lamb dropped that pass where Fred Warner played it tight, I thought Dak threw a good ball there. He threw it where only CD could get it. He couldn't grab it. That's one of them playoff catches you got to make, in my opinion. But,
Absolutely.
huh?
I said absolutely.
Yeah, but overall, it's just like, man, he left so much meat on the bone, man. And I can't sit here and lie. Your boy Hoop Jogging can't lie to you guys. I can't sit here and lie to you. Say Dak Prescott overall good game. I think he had good moments, but for you to beat a team like San Francisco that has this stellar defense, that's been a monkey on your back for a while, that's not good enough. Not good enough. Too many mental mistakes from the defense as well. Getting those untimely penalties. Not good enough, man. Not good
Well,
enough.
well,
Untimely holdings. Go ahead.
oh my bad, Hoop. Oh my bad, Hoop. What you about to say? I was just gonna say those two turnovers Dak threw were both critical.
Yep.
Those two turnovers he threw, that red zone turnover, in my opinion, was the kind of mistake a rookie makes. And like I said before, Brock Purdy's a 7th round pick, and he outplayed supposedly one of the most prolific quarterbacks in the NFL.
I don't think
But
nobody Dak. I don't
huh?
think nobody calls Dak the most prolific. I don't think that
I
that's.
said one. I said one of. I mean, hey, this is a guy in Dak who's had 4,800-yard passing season, so I can't say he can't sling the rock. This is a guy in Dak who's been top 5 in the league in passing efficiency. Dak Prescott struggles when he doesn't have a run game. I've said it before. Great quarterbacks like Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, guys of that nature. The thing is, when their teams can only rush for 20 yards in a game, they still have the talent and the ability to win, to will their teams to win. That's why, not to get off subject, that's why Jackson State and other SWAC schools can't beat MEAC schools. They can't run the ball in these schools. And the thing is, there's yet to be a SWAC quarterback talented enough to beat a MEAC team by himself without a run game. But going back to the NFL, what I'm trying to say is when a quarterback like Dak Prescott or even a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence doesn't have a run game, and I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a great quarterback eventually, but
Yeah,
when when Dallas can't run for 90 to no when Dallas can't run for over 100 yards or somebody and really cause the defense to back up, they're not an elite offense.
I agree. I agree, and it showed itself prevalently. And again, when Tony Pollard went down, you saw that burst that we had, that X factor, the guy who could use his feet to create more opportunity. He was gone. Meanwhile, San Francisco got 3 guys on their end who could do it, and we basically only had one. We had CeeDee Lamb, and that's it. And they started to know that we gonna key in on CeeDee Lamb, and then it was it. That was curtains.
Powerful run game from San Francisco. They came into this game the 4th best rushing team in football. They really took it to Dallas. I think Christian McCaffrey got a little banged up. The thing is, he's more of a dual threat running back, in my opinion, than I
Absolutely.
as a banger. But Elijah Mitchell, who's from North Louisiana, by the way, he went to UL Lafayette. Shout out to North Louisiana. Uh, just a punishing run game. That's one of the best O lines in football. They really just leaned on what's a very good, very talented, but rather undersized Dallas front seven. And I think Dallas's secondary, which came into this game, they're more opportunistic than shut down. I think Dallas secondary got picked on a little bit. And by the way, someone's saying right here, Brock Purdy is a game manager. I disagree heavily. Brock Purdy is a gamer. Brock Purdy can take over a game. And he did take over this game late.
I don't agree with that.
Nah, he's a gamer, bro. Because the thing
He
is,
can take over
a,
shit.
a game manager is that guy for the Giants. That's a game manager. Brock Purdy is an athlete. Brock Purdy has an arm. Brock Purdy outplayed a Pro Bowler. You
Brock
a
Purdy
game,
did nothing athletic, bro.
huh?
Brock Purdy made timely throws to Kittle, and he did really nothing else. He just kind of
I'm
just
not. I'm
he
not
looked
seeing
like Dak
that.
rookie year.
And yeah, that I mean, hey, if that's the way you see it, I'm gonna look at it from your perspective as well. But what I'm seeing a guy who's a talented athlete, and I'm seeing a guy who I'm not saying he's the next Tom Brady. But what I am saying is that this guy is much better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo is way more limited than I thought he was going to be. I understand he's the starter. If San Francisco was smart, they'll keep the hot hand. This
Absolutely.
guy, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the hot hand's working. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Brock Purdy was a talented basketball player as well. He played football. I believe he played basketball in college as well. But he's an extremely talented athlete. Maybe not the kind of athlete as Pat Mahomes or Joe Burrow, but this is a very talented, athletic guy. He comes from a football family. And the biggest thing is, man, you combine a kid that smart and intelligent with a team as talented and deep. San Francisco is very deep. You called it, who? That team is deep as
Agreed.
hell.
Absolutely.
A team this deep, they remind me of the damn who's a deep back like the Milwaukee Bucks in basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's like past they starting five, they got a bunch of guys who can help them win basketball games. You
Absolutely.
know. But what were you about to say? Who? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Let me mute myself.
No, I'm just saying no, and those are the reasons why I say he's a game manager because he has a lot of support, which is I don't begrudge him because a lot of quarterbacks with a lot of support, you still can flub it off of bad decision making. So I'm not taking away from that dude at all.
Only
I
3 picks this year, though. Only 3 picks, and he's one of the top 10 in the league in passing attempts right now. He's not top 10 in passing touchdowns because, like I said, this 49ers rushing attack is. And I lied. They're not the number 4. They're the number 1 rushing attack. This
that's
49ers
what I'm
rushing
saying,
attack.
bro. That's what I mean. That's what Russell Wilson was when he was
Yeah, well, Russ was the most talented game manager in football. He's
yeah.
extremely talented, and he had a few. Honestly, in my opinion, a Hall of Fame running back. And in a much more talented Seattle O line than what they got now. Seattle's O line nowadays is horrible. Back then, they had one of the best O lines in football. But
Yeah, everything, but just to put it in context, in the moment, nobody wanted to say that. It was, oh no, Russ is just doing it. It's like this dude got a shutdown defense, and he has these pieces that it lets him move around in the pocket,
yes, sir.
just picking, dink and dunk, and then go deep, when he wants to. And then, once that Legion of Boom faction cleared out, then he got DK Metcalf, who's this beast of an athlete, right?
Genetic freak.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and that's all I mean. It's like it's funny how like when people like certain guys, they'll put them as a game management, and when they don't, they tend to not put them in that same bubble. But if I'm
Yeah,
watching what you're doing the same shit to me.
yeah. Uncle Russ was Uncle Russ. My older brother calls him Uncle Russ because Russ is such a good guy, man. But Uncle Russ is he's a very he in my opinion he was a more talented version of I guess you could say like just a more talented Mark Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, when you think about it, they're around the same height. Mark Sanchez wasn't tall, and what I'm trying to say is that Russell Wilson really played above his ability, and as you can clearly see in Denver right now, he is a great quarterback when he has the tools around him, especially offensively. But as you can clearly see at Denver, who has talent but just not enough talent to win games consistently, you're kind of seeing the real Russ right now.
Oh yeah, you absolutely because he got Sutton over there. He got Judy. He got weapons, man. Big receivers at
Yeah,
that. And
Jerry Judy is a big receiver.
stop.
Forgot about Jerry.
Oh yeah, man. So and I've been saying this for a minute about Russell Wilson, you know what I'm saying? And not to hate on the man, but I'm like, this dude a game manager. Like he got a lot of support around him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, it is what it is. It's like, the rabbit the hole. I mean, the egg of the chicken, which one come first? It's a discussion that has no end. But I just kind of observed that of watching Purdy for a full game today,
Right.
not watching him in little spurts. I'm just like, I didn't see, in my opinion, I didn't see nothing spectacular, but I saw a guy very competent, a
Right.
guy who's ready for the moment, who doesn't overexert himself, who at a young age can read scenarios really, really good.
So
So
who?
I was impressed overall with Brock Purdy, man. Because think about it, man, 7th round dude. He's basically what the Cowboys thought Ben DiNucci could possibly be last year, 2 years ago. And Ben DiNucci was ass. But he came from James Madison. He was a 7th round pick. He had a big arm, nice little physique to him, athletic. And we thought Ben DiNucci could be a guy for us. And we started him against the Eagles, and the Eagles beat the dog shit out of us. He ain't seen light day since. So I understand that ilk of a player could be, and Brock Purdy is impressive for what the situation is. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, Hoop. And we can agree to disagree on Brock Purdy, but on another subject regarding the Cowboys, I'm
Yeah.
seeing here Cowboys are in the top 5 in draft. and financial capital, that means a lot going forward because they actually have the capital and they have the resources to be able to potentially find a new quarterback. In your opinion, do you think that Dallas goes to free agent? Well, for one, the first question I need to ask is this: Is Dak Prescott's future with Dallas after this football game and the numerous turnovers and costing the team late? Is Dak Prescott's future with this franchise secure at this point?
No.
On that note, do you believe Dallas goes to free agency to find a quarterback? I know someone mentioned Tom Brady, which I don't think it'll be Tom Brady's too old. Do you think Dallas turns to free agency, or do they use draft capital and financial assets to move up in the draft to draft a new quarterback this year or next year?
I think we draft because I think we're in that same conundrum that Philly was in when they drafted Jalen Hurts when they had Carson Wentz. So
Right, right.
we're in that situation. So you bring a guy just in case your starter don't get it together. So if not, bam, we got a guy ready to take the helm. Um, I think that's in a roundabout fashion. Maybe it was unbeknownst to us as the fans. That's what Dallas did with Tony Romo and Dak. We took
Mm-hmm.
a fourth rounder. Tony Romo was injury prone. He had some problems with playoff performances. We brought him in, and Dak killed in the preseason. He looked excellent. First game, Tony Romo looked awesome against the Giants. Then he got hurt against the Seahawks. Cliff Averill, we all remember that play. And Dak was ready to go. He never looked back. So, what they say, the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. So I don't think that was a bad model to go with. So
On that note,
yeah.
OG, question I have besides Dak Prescott, let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott. Despite
Oh,
posting relatively solid stats this year, Ezekiel Elliott has been a more than just a liability for this team, especially in clutch situations. Do you think that this will be the last time you see Ezekiel Elliott in a Cowboys uniform?
oh, absolutely. Unless he takes a big pay cut, oh, absolutely.
Oh wow! And especially considering the fact that Dallas is showing to be able to run the football without Ezekiel Elliott, Tony
Yep.
Pollard, and you consider the fact this particular draft class is going to be pretty deep at running back. You got guys like Bijan Robinson, the running back out, and then Jameer Gibbs of Alabama. Both guys are going to be middle round draft picks. Do you believe Dallas might draft a running back first and then maybe give Dak one more year? Or do you think they all go balls to the wall this year and draft both a running back and a quarterback in this draft?
Oh, I think Zeke for sure is gone. The money don't make sense. The production don't match the money. I think so. Jerry Jones is a hold on to your toys a little too long kind of guy. So I
Mm-hmm.
think he holds on to Dak another year, at minimum, another year.
I can see that as well, especially the fact that the Cowboys had a 13-4 record this year. It's going to be extremely difficult for them to draft up that high. And on top of it, like as I mentioned before, they haven't they haven't given away draft picks the Saints have given away a lot of draft picks. It's going to be very hard, even with Sean Payton, to get quality draft picks. The Cowboys sit at what was it, 28, 27 in the NFL draft. So realistically, the best thing they can probably do is get a running back and then wait till next year. Now, of course, saying that y'all are going to be a bet because in order for y'all to draft out, y'all have to lose games. I don't think y'all are going any less than 12-4 next year because I think y'all have a pretty impressively good roster. And I could see the Eagles falling off next year. Sorry to tell you, Eagles fans, but the Eagles have a lot of guys who are going to be shopped around in free agency.
The Eagles got a right now team, and
Right.
they're producing, which I don't begrudge them. Like, I mean, hey, you got the talent. I mean, Eagles tried this in 2011. It didn't work out, but Eagles are known to splash to make a right now team. That's when they had Vic and Vince Young and all them guys
Yeah.
in 2011. So the Eagles have shown that they have a propensity to do that.
Yeah, kind of like the Lakers and kind of like the Lakers when they had LeBron and that Cleveland.
Big facts. Big facts. And so somebody said they need to review the draft and franchise quarterback. I mean, maybe. I think Dak just maybe another year to get back. I mean, because Dak normally does not turn the ball over like he does this year. This was kind of an anomaly of a year. So maybe he's trying to prove himself or trying to be like that guy. I can't call it. But that's normally not what Dak Prescott is. And I think if Dak just goes back to what he is, and so what you were saying, Dak doesn't do good without a run game. I agree. He also doesn't do good without proper pass protection.
Yes.
So, and we've seen many observations of that. Most notably, 2018 when they played against the Falcons. He had like 6 sacks that game, and it just was Dak Prescott's like worst game ever. But I think the support is there. I just don't think that those days of thinking Dak attacked a top 10 quarterback. I think we can put those to bed. We can put it and not revisit it anymore.
Right, which happens. Look at the whining years of even guys like Drew Brees, the guys like Andrew Luck's last year in the league. Andrew Luck regressed heavily before he retired. You look at Peyton Manning, guys like that, not putting Dak in that category, but it happens. And unfortunately, some guys age out faster than others, which we don't know the Lord's plan for us sometimes, man. But my biggest thing is this, man. Uh, Dallas has a lot of weapons as far as on defense. This defense was good enough to not only get into the playoffs. This was a NFC Championship at least defense. The
Very,
offensive line to me, uh, maybe not the same offensive line they had a couple years ago when Zeke ran for 1,700 yards, 1,800 yards, and maybe not the offensive line they've had in years past. Dallas is traditionally a very big, very strong, very talented team on that side on the offensive line, but I think they were solid enough this year to where you could say it wasn't all their fault. Dak struggled a lot. But do you think Dallas upgrades on the offensive line, or do you think they keep these same guys and just give Dak another year?
well, that's a good point. Listen, man, another guy, well, two guys missing off the line was Jason Peterson and your boy Terrence Steele.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, listen, and nobody want to hear the excuses, but Dallas has some key pieces missing for today, and those things do matter from an offensive line standpoint. So, do they go back? Yeah, I mean, Dallas has been traditionally drafting well, especially with offensive linemen. In particular, your boy Tyler Smith being the starting tackle over Tyron Smith, who's a right tackle now after like half the year he missed or 3/4 of the year he missed. So yeah, that's another person we've missed most of the year. Who I mean, Tyron Smith he'll be a Hall of Famer when he hangs it up.
Dominant
So,
offensive lineman.
dominant offensive lineman. So yeah, I think Dallas traditionally does well drafting offensive guys, and even Tyler Beedish, the center, who's looking like a guy now. And it took him about 3 years to get it together, but
Zach,
yeah,
Zach Martin still with is Zach Martin still with the Cowboys?
yeah, yeah. He went to the Pro Bowl again. Like he's been in Pro Bowl every year of his career.
Zach Martin is one of the greatest offensive linemen of this generation, in my opinion. I think Zach Martin, he bodies what football is all about. That's one of Brian Kelly's guys. Brian Kelly, who's the head coach of LSU right now, has put more offensive linemen to the lead than any other active head coach. And he
Mm.
also has Pro Bowlers. That's why I'm kind of hoping he does with LSU. I love offensive line play. When I see great offensive lines, it brings joy to my heart. I like seeing physical, disciplined, downhill football. That makes my day. It's like in baseball. I love teams that hit the ball well, and in basketball, I love teams that shoot well. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, because I think Zach Martin never had an offensive penalty like his entire career or something to that effect.
Yes, sir.
Like that's nuts. The discipline and the consistency he has, man. And I mean, eventually in the next 2-3 years, we're gonna start thinking about replacing him, unfortunately.
Yes, sir.
But
What
yeah,
you
something we've been doing good. I mean, I know Connor McGovern been in and out as far as good. Your boy Connor Williams, serviceable, they're not serviceable. So we've been doing pretty good with patchwork. Unfortunately, Travis Frederick had to retire because of his health issues he had. But we've been pretty consistently good with putting guys in, and Terrence Steele he replaced your boy from LSU. What's his name?
Lyle Collins.
Lyle Collins.
Yeah,
And,
Lyle Collins got married to a chick. Married to a chick I used to talk to in college. Getting married to a chick in college.
but so we replaced him with Terrence Steele, who was an undrafted guy from Texas Tech. So I mean, like I'm not so worried about that. I'm worried about the guys who make the big decisions, and that's why I wanted Odell Beckham, because Odell Beckham would have gave Dak less thinking, and that's something I've always critiqued
He
Dak
really
on.
used Odell. He really could have used Odell.
Yeah, man. Just from the attention standpoint, because Dak, to me, when you overwhelm him with responsibility, he's shown he can't handle it. That's just my honest opinion.
A true clash of the Titans in the NFC Championship game. You've got the Eagles and that very talented run game, that weaponed up, that tooled up wide receiving core, and that very big offensive line they got going against San Francisco's extremely talented defense, and then Brock Purdy, and the biggest, what will be the biggest challenge up to this point in his career, going against a very fast, physical, and disciplined Eagles defense. Do you think Philly brings it on for the NFC East, or do you think Brock Purdy solidifies himself as being more than a game manager against Philadelphia and brings that San Francisco team to the Super Bowl?
I think Brock Purdy looks like a game manager, and they beat Philly because their defense is just so good. Philly is offensive driven. Now that defense, that their front four is really good. Rookie Jordan Davis, cat I got to sideways interview at the draft. Man, I like that kid a lot. Philly has a good defense. 49ers have an elite defense. So I wonder how Jalen Hurts is going to get off against that defense. So, and then with Brock Purdy just playing competent, in my opinion, that's a dub for them. So I see the 49ers going back to the Super Bowl, losing to the Chiefs yet again.
No hope for Joe Burrow, that talented Chief and that talented Cincinnati
Maybe,
offense.
depending on the health of Pat Mahomes.
There's
Joe
been a
Burrow,
lot of talks.
the
There's
guy.
a lot of talk. Oh, my bad. Who were you saying? I didn't mean to cut.
No, I'm saying Joe Burrow's a guy, though.
Yeah, man. There's been a lot of talk saying Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the NFL. That Pat Mahomes is the most dynamic quarterback, but a lot of pundits are putting Joe Burrow as the very best quarterback in the NFL, which mainly might due to the simple fact that he's 3-0 against he's 3-1 against Pat Mahomes. Do you think that plays a factor in this game coming up, or do you think that Pat Mahomes finally gets the Joe Burrow monkey off his back?
I don't think Pat Mahomes is worried about that. I think that's a regular season stat, and I'll put it this way: last year, the Mavericks owned the Golden State Warriors in the regular season, and in the playoffs, the Warriors made quick work of them boys. So I think the playoffs is a different story. I don't think Pat Mahomes is worried about no monkey on his back at all. I think he's gonna go out there and do what he do every week.
Right. And another thing too, uh, Jamar Chase is putting together yet another dominant season. He's arguably the most talented receiver in the NFL right now. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think the Chiefs have the game plan specifically for him, or are they more concerned about the whole Cincinnati offense?
I think the whole offense, man. I mean, because as dominant as and young, and he got that fervor as Jamar Chase is, I don't think he's unstoppable. And we
Close
see,
to it.
you know what I mean? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, we saw the Rams, shut him out in the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't,
Right.
yeah, I don't think it's that. It's just that whole thing. I mean, I'm not Purdy. Your boy Burrow he's always been infectious like that. He can lead a whole school of men offensively, and I
Yes,
think you
yes.
gotta dial down and take away the whole repertoire, not necessarily just taking Jamar Chase out of the game.
Are the Chiefs are the Chiefs what you might consider to be the most overall are the Chiefs arguably the most put together team in the NFL? You saw Chad Henne come in and lead a 98-yard touchdown drive, which a lot of people got to saying that the Chiefs are the all-around most solid team in the NFL. Would
Yeah.
you say that head coach Andy Reid has built a mini dynasty in Kansas City, or do you think Cincinnati might find some weaknesses?
Well, I think Andy Reid has the equivalent of what Bill Belichick had going in New England, whereas the system just works. And to reference the point that everybody talks about is Matt Castle. That year Tom Brady got hurt,
Oh
he
yeah,
boys to like 11-5 record or some shit like that.
oh yeah, most
That,
definitely.
that
Matt Castle surprises all that year.
works. So it doesn't really matter who's at the helm because the system just works. So I think that what Andy Reid has established, yeah, of course. I mean, that showed it with your boy Chad Henne, who's been in the league forever. That he was able to put a nice little drive together. So I mean, it's good to see, man. It's good to see.
Score predictions for the NFC and AFC championship game. I'm sure everybody here is waiting for you to give your score predictions. Score predictions for the AFC championship game.
AFC Championship game. So that's Chiefs and Bengals. Chiefs and Bengals. It's gonna be a high scoring affair. That's for damn sure. Um, I got the Chiefs winning at 32-23, man.
That's all. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of where I was going with it too, man. Even though I love Joe Burrow, I'm born and raised in the state of Louisiana, but that Chiefs team scared a lot of people when Chad Henne came in and won that game. And I'm sure Pat Mahomes will be 100% or close to it coming up. Even though I love Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, and I do think he is the heir apparent to the next crown of being the best quarterback in the NFL. I do think this is Pat Mahomes' year. I will also take the Chiefs 34, Joe Burrow, and the Cincinnati Bengals 24.
Yeah.
Now, give me your NFC Championship prediction.
NFC Championship, Eagles versus 49ers. I think it's going to be another low scoring affair. I think the Eagles have big score ability. I think that the defense of the 49ers negates that a little bit. So I'm going 23-13,
Oh,
49ers.
that's close to what I was thinking too. The Philadelphia Eagles have one of the best receiving cores in the NFL with Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and that other guy whose name escapes me right now.
Yeah.
Um, Devontae Smith is one of the best route runners football has ever seen. I don't mean that hyperbole. There's a reason why he won the Heisman Trophy, and AJ Brown is quietly becoming one of the best big play receivers in the NFL. Philadelphia's run game has been great all year. There have been times where I've seen their offensive line not be so great. Even when Lane Johnson's in there, I've seen teams challenge their run game, especially teams that aren't as physical as they are. Trust and believe, this is the most physical team in football they're playing against this weekend. The 49ers have committed the fewest turnovers in the league, and they're also the best third down team in the league. Not at all saying that Jalen Hurts isn't a competent enough quarterback to give the 49ers a challenge. This defense is borderline historic. They lead the league in every single defensive category: scoring, rush, pass, and sacks, which is almost unheard of. This is a
Yep.
legendary caliber defense.
Yep.
Um, my score prediction is 21-14 49ers, and I think that the score will be close. I think it'll
Yep.
be a 14 all game going to the fourth quarter, but I'll take the 49ers 21-14 and going to the Super Bowl, play Pat Mahomes yet again, because remember, that's Pat Mahomes' first Super Bowl win.
I do. 2020.
Yes, sir.
Yep. In early February 2020.
Well,
Uh, Pat Mahomes got his first Super Bowl. I think he's going to do it again. I think as good as the 49ers defense is, they ain't ready for Pat Mahomes. I don't think anybody's ready for Pat Mahomes if he got adequate support from the O-line. That's pretty much all he needs, O-line. He'll figure the rest out.
I don't think anybody is big, bro. But yeah, man, it's been an honor to come back on your platform. And will you be at the game?
Well, I'm working on being there in Phoenix for that. So y'all stay tuned, man. Last year I was at the Super Bowl. Well, I went at the game, but I was at Radio Row and all the exclusive backstage stuff. So I'm working on doing it again this year. But in Phoenix, the lodging may be an issue, so I'm working on that. So
Oh yeah,
we
most
got
definitely.
to be continued.
But yeah, thank you for bringing me on, man. Always an
Yeah,
honor. Y'all for hearing me. It's always great. Hopefully y'all were entertained because man, this Hoop Johnny has the best sports channel on YouTube, man.
appreciate
God bless y'all. Have a great, beautiful Sunday. Hopefully I see y'all again the next one. Peace out.
it. Peace out, bro. Good to have you, Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah, and like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of factors play into certain teams winning, and I think today, Brock Purdy did what he's supposed to do. Dak Prescott did not do what he's supposed to do. Our defense came up. Our offense did not. Tony Pollard getting hurt. It is what it is, man. Two tears in the bucket. So real quick with the last comments, Lamar for Dak. I think I would take that. I don't love Lamar Jackson. I hate quarterbacks who think run first. But at this point, I'm almost like amongst the school of thought, like, let's just try something else. But I'm more big on Sean Payton for McCarthy. I want Sean Payton to come in, man. I think he can help a quarterback like Dak Prescott big time. The Cowboys win. All right, Miss Steve, I'm about to block you. Lamar would be a good quarterback. At least he would get paid in full for his service. Yeah, man. So you said what happened? We lost, man. It's cool. Go cry again next year, losers. Listen, at the end of the day, we still America's team. America's team gonna be America's team. We're gonna be a talk of the town. We're gonna be on the A block of your favorite sports channel. It is what it is, man. I hate that our season had to come to the end of the day. We had the tools to be a lot better, but I think we eventually end up where we're supposed to be. Because at the beginning of the season, I thought this team would be like a floundering, get nothing done team, and we overachieved in that capacity. Cooper Rush came in and held things down. And we are where we are right now. So I'm thankful overall for a good season. I was hoping we got all the way to the all the way get downs, maybe a little ahead of a schedule. But I think we need to get rid of Mike McCarthy. I think we need to get Sean Payton. And I know Dak Prescott may need to come to Jesus meeting. I don't know. I can't call it. But there's some things we got to, look within ourselves as a team because we just have too many letdowns when it matters. So that's all I got, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you are new. Hoop Jargon. I try to give y'all that great content that you can listen to later and later and later. So that's all I got, man. Diva say we're having the fourth quarter. It was a close game. Yeah, well, I mean, it was a close game to finish. We lost by 7. In the fourth quarter, we couldn't convert. That's it. Couldn't convert, so we lost. So that's all I got. So thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you, Miss Diva, for always holding down the chat like you always do. Until next time, we'll talk to you. Hoop Jargon, I'm out.